Well, I'm back. It's been a very long time. I must, I guess I must apologize. There's a lot of things been going on my personal life. It's been really busy, but I'm going to try my best to get back to doing these videos. Um, let's get started. In this video, this is gonna be some Mgtow content. I'm gonna talk about this show I started watching. Um, it's called the Affair. I'm not sure you may have come across it and seen it, seen the promos for it, and it's a Showtime series. And here it is. Here's the two main characters, and it's basically about an affair. Now I'm going to talk about. I'm basically going to. It's on its. Let's see. The affair will return season 3, 2016. Well, at the time of this video, season it's on season 2 has already wrapped up. So I'm actually going to spoil this. So not at this second. But if you haven't already seen the show, if you're interested in watching the show, um, I'm going to spoil it for you. So if you don't want me to spoil it and you want to watch it for yourself, um, when I put up the spoiler warning, um, just stop the video and stop watching it, and I guess return when you get back. So this is going to be a Mgtow content video on the Showtime series, the Affair, and the best way I guess I can describe this show is it's like the Young and the Restless. It's like the American soap operas. It's like the soap operas, but sort of like uh, softcore porn. Maybe that's the best way I can describe it. Um, the show is actually filmed pretty well, but there's a lot of porn. At least to me, it's kind of like pornographic scenes and stuff like that. Um, I myself, I try to stay away from stuff like that. Um, but it's pretty great. It's actually pretty graphic. But the show's it's about affairs, and there's a lot of affairs going on. So if you want to go watch it for yourself, or I could just give you I'm going to spoil the entire first 2 seasons um right now. So fair warning, spoiler alert. So if you want to watch it yourself, you don't necessarily have to. It's a decent show. It's not great. It's the writing is pretty good. Um, but you don't necessarily have to watch it. So again, here we go. Now, the show is called The Affair, and let's see about about the series. Now, this guy right here, he is a married man. I believe he has to be in his 40s. He's a writer, and he has an affair with this woman. This guy, his name Noah. This guy is a simp, straight up. He's a straight up simp. Um, and he's pretty much a dirtbag. Um, he's a real simp, and I'm going to tell you why. By the end, you'll know why, and because I'm going to spoil and go through the first 2 seasons, and you'll see why. So this guy is Noah Sulliway. He's basically a writer that hasn't. He published one book, and he's kind of a loser type writer. And his wife, you'll recognize this guy. He was on the Wire, one of the detectives, I believe, on the Wire. A long story short, he's a writer, and he's not that good. And the series follows the book that he writes, um, and it's kind of loosely based on the affair. that he had with this lady right here. This is Helen Sulway. That's his wife. She was on ER. So basically, he goes out on a family vacation. Noah with his wife and his 3 or 4 kids. He goes out to this beach area with him and his wife. Runs into this lady right here, Allison Lockhart. She's actually married to this guy, Dawson's Creek. She's married to Dawson's Creek. She's like a waitress at a local restaurant. Long story short, he's like captivated by her. She's actually cute, but it's kind of weird. She always seems like kind of she always has like this pouting look on her face. But he runs into her. They go back and forth for about half the season, and then they actually have an affair. Okay. So he's sort of Noah Sulway. He's sort of a washed up writer until he meets her. He has an affair with her, and he decides to break up his marriage. And like I said, he's like a washed up writer. His first book, nobody basically read. And then he starts writing another book, and he uses this affair as source material. So Allison cheats on him. He cheats on her husband, and he seems like a decent guy. He has his issues. She cheats on him, Dawson's Creek, and she breaks up his marriage, his wife, ER, lady from ER. Now, this is pretty much just as much as his fault as hers, but basically she breaks up 2 marriages. Okay. Allison, she actually lost her and Dawson's Creek over here, Cole. They actually lost like a 5-year-old child or something like that, like in a drowning accident or after drowning accident. So that causes friction in their marriage. But that doesn't give you an excuse to have an affair. So she kind of breaks up. She breaks up her own marriage, and she breaks up his marriage, which he does have some faults of his own too, a lot. But because of her, this guy, because of this woman, he gives up. He ends up. He has an affair. He actually goes and tells his wife that he has an affair, which I guess he kind of should, but he goes and tells her. Then he tells her, that he doesn't love her and he doesn't want to be with her. So they have an affair. He breaks up with his wife towards the end of the season. He breaks up with his wife and ends up going with her, Allison. So he's also at the same time writing a book about this, loosely based on the affair. His wife ends up. This is Max. This is Max. This is Noah's best friend. He also has millions and millions of dollars. Helen, they're still married, but they're separated. Helen, Noah's wife sleeps with him. Even though they're separated, he he sleeps with Helen, Noah's wife. Okay. While Noah is separated from his wife and he's kind of in limbo with Allison, he sleeps with another lady. So he basically ruined his marriage and his family just for her, and he cheats on her with another woman. Doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't. I'm trying to figure out yeah, and once his second book actually takes off and it's gaining a lot of steam, he has a publicist, a young publicist, and almost sleeps with her. So he almost nearly cheats on her. Now, Dawson's Creek over here, he has a brother. I'm not sure if it's his older or younger brother. They're ranchers. He has an older brother, and this is a major spoiler. At the end of season, there's like flash forwards, like flashbacks, but flash forwards. His brother actually is actually killed. Noah, even though after they broke up, and his wife or his ex-wife, they're driving. She's driving. He was actually kind of drunk, and she was kind of drunk too. But they're driving in their Mercedes, or excuse me, BMW. And Noah asks his wife to drive because he said he wasn't able to drive because he's having some issues. So he asked his wife or his ex-wife to drive. She's driving. Dawson's Creek, his brother, is walking down the street. He's kind of like drunk. She hits him while he's walking down the road. Well, actually, it's kind of confusing. His brother, Dawson Creek's brother, is walking down the road and runs into Allison and has an argument with her. She ends up pushing his brother or her brother-in-law into the street. So Allison pushes her brother-in-law into the street, and she hits him with the car. So both these two women are responsible in a way, indirectly in a way, for murder. Okay, and this is how the season finale of season 2 ends. She pushes her brother-in-law, and she hits him with the car. Now he's in the car too. He gets out the car, walks over to see if the guy is all right. Finds out that, recognizes who it is, sees Allison, and she hides in the bushes. And then he walks back to the car and tells her to drive away. So throughout season 1 and season 2, he's being questioned by a police detective, the black guy from King of Queens, and she's being questioned also. Long story short, he's being charged with murder. He's being charged with murder, and at the sentencing, he pleads guilty because he doesn't want to turn her in, and he doesn't want to turn his ex-wife in. So he pleads guilty to the charge of murdering his brother. He pleads guilty, and that's why I say he's a simp, because he's protecting these two. It was kind of a fork in the road. Who do I choose? Who do I turn into the police? Um, Allison or Helen? He chooses neither. He chooses to throw himself under the bus, which he does have some blame in this entire situation. But she pushed the guy, and she hit him with the car. She was intoxicated. So it's both of these two are at fault. Now, like I said, when he was kind of broken up, he was out of a relationship with Helen, and he was out of a relationship with Allison. He slept with somebody else. When he was in a relationship with Allison, he almost cheated on her. And he went with this, I'm not sure what you call it, like a Bohemian Grove Noah. And it was like it was like a kind of like a big orgy scene or something like that. There was a bunch of naked people there in the pool. And get this guy, he was about to cheat, and he saw these two females making out. He goes over to them. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a picture. The actor's name is Dominic West. He goes over. He's about to cheat. He sees these two women making out, and he wants to go over there and do whatever. He goes over there. The girl turns around, and it's this girl. This girl plays his 18-year-old daughter. So he's like freaked out. He's at this orgy, and his 18 or 17-year-old daughter's there. Yeah. So that's like the only reason why he didn't cheat or sleep with anybody, is because he was so freaked out, and she was freaked out. At the end of season 2, he hasn't spoken with her since that night. Yeah. I didn't. She's actually Brazilian. Wait, Brazilian and Mexican. No. So this guy is a simp. He actually had a decent marriage. She's actually a rich kid, rich popular kid. I don't want to say he was poor, but he wasn't a popular kid. He took care of his sick mother growing up when he was a teenager, so he didn't go out much. And he married her. He's a real simp. He basically destroyed his marriage to Helen for her. Then he destroys his marriage, his relationship with her for another woman, and he destroys his relationship with his daughter. Um, yeah, it's a crazy show. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to watch season 3. Not that it's not good. It's just it's pretty graphic. I mean, if you want to see affairs, that's that's the name of the show. But this guy, he's a pretty big simp. Pretty big. He's thrown away his life, which, to be honest, he's kind of a dirtbag, because he's, especially with in the later episodes, he's cheating a lot. like all the time. And he's ruining his career and his life just for, just for these women. Oh, and another thing, his brother, Dawson's Creek, his brother that got hit with the car and was killed, he, I guess he's in his late 20s or 30. Yeah, his brother, I'm guessing he's in his late 20s. Let's see. Scotty, here he is. Scotty Lockhart. This is his brother. This is the guy who dies, gets hits with the car. This is Dawson's Creek's brother. He sleeps with his daughter, his 17-year-old daughter, and gets her pregnant. So Scotty Lockhart, his brother, sleeps with his daughter, and he's like in his mid-20s. So he ruined. He sleeps with this underage girl, his Noah's underage daughter, and if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be dead, because there was like, it's a chain reaction of events. If he did not sleep with his daughter, he would be alive, pretty much. Let me see if I can find a picture of him about the series. Yeah, he would be alive. So there's a lot. There's a lot of simpery going on. There's a lot of guys, that are just throwing away their lives, just for these women. So that's pretty much what I have to say. And this is the actual court scene. Well, not the actual scene, but he's. Oh yeah, this is the actual scene. He stands up in court and he says that he's guilty, and his lawyer's like, no, no, no. This lawyer was hired by his wife, his ex-wife, because he doesn't have money. His ex-wife Helen, but he basically takes the simps way out. He's doing all this, which I'm not gonna lie. A lot of most of it is kind of his fault, but he did it all just for a woman. And his kids, most of his kids hate him. His children hate him, and one of his sons has he started to develop like a stomach problem or something. All so he can have this woman who he cheats on. He has an affair with this woman, throws away his marriage, his life, just to be with this one true love, and he cheats on her. So that's basically it. Like I said, it's a pretty decent show. It's good Mgtow content, and a clear example of what not to do. I'll catch you guys later. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and leave your comments. I'll check you guys out later.